Happy Halloween.
Welcome guys to another video, Halloween special this time. I'm joined by Tom Outdoors, and Steve, Scoutman Steve.
Boo.
Boo. We are currently in Dorset, of all places. We've ended up here through a long journey of finding somewhere to stay that has some sort of haunted history around it. So the plan was to stay at a place called Racton Ruins, which is in West Sussex, not far from Chichester and Portsmouth sort of way. So we went there. Really cool place. It is an old sort of Victorian folly. It's sort of in a bit of ruin now, but unfortunately we walked up there, had a bit of a recce, and there's glass everywhere. The bit of the brickwork looks like it could fall on you, and there wasn't really much sort of area to camp or set up a camp. I mean, it could have been done, but might have been an uncomfortable night. Probably would have been very scary, much scarier than where we are now. So we sort of sat there and worked out where to go next, and we landed on, Tom, what's this place called again?
Knowlton Church and Earthworks.
Right, Knowlton Church and Earthworks. So this is a haunted site apparently. It's quite a significant place for the history of England. There is a Neolithic henge, like so, a circle that would have had stone on top. So in the Neolithic period, people would have used it for, I don't know, rituals or ceremonies. There is a barrow in the field behind us as well, so burial ground, burial mound. And then sort of as England was changing from paganism to Christianity, they built a church in the middle of the ring. So we're actually just on the outside of the ring. Basically there's a house on the other side, so we're trying to sort of block ourselves from that. And so far it's been quite a good night. There's no cloud, no wind, the moon's out. I've got a silhouette of the church in front of me. So the other lads are just having some dinner. I'm about to have some dinner in a minute. I've got chili con carne and rice. Chili out of a tin, can't go wrong with that. And Tom and Steve have somehow managed to bring exactly the same meals.
Pasta bolognese.
So they got pasta bolognese, the adventure foods from Decathlon.
That's what's really spooky.
Yeah, it is. And they've also bought the same bivvy as well, the salamander.
Same breakfast as well.
And the same breakfast. They've got, what is it, the chocolate muesli?
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the OEX Phoxx 1. So that should be a comfortable night's sleep.
I read your mind. Just a bit.
So yeah, we'll get into the history of the sort of ghost stories here soon. But I'm going to eat first, so I'll bring you back when I've got a bit of food in my hands. Right, I didn't film me eating or cooking, it's too dark, but that was the chili, stag chili, classic chili con carne, the authentic American chili recipe. And I mixed in some rice, it was delicious. So, what can I tell you? Oh yeah. So this church in front of us. One of the stories supposedly is that people have seen a black figure on a horse, running towards the church, as if the church isn't there, and then disappears as it sort of hits the wall. We haven't seen that yet. To be fair, I'm hoping we don't see it, because it will shit me up.
Grab the bivvies, go.
Yeah, but
That's the catchphrase of the camp.
grab the bivvies and go. But I'll see if I can show you. I camp a little bit. I don't know whether.
I think if you saw anything there, you'd say fuck the bivvies.
I can't really see it very well. There's my Phoxx.
I'll take some things.
Phoxx one there. We got a salamander down here.
Your sleeping bag in there, I ain't getting rid of that.
And then Tom's salamander's the other side. Oops. Walked over my own guy line.
Hello.
Shall we actually say hello to the boys?
Evening. Oh dear. I don't think I've got cake on my mouth.
Can't even see you. It's so dark out here. There's Steve.
You alright?
Sorry for blinding you, mate. There's Tom. Right, we're gonna head over to go in the church soon, so probably just film that when we go over there. The fog has descended all around us, apart from in the ring, which looks quite creepy to be fair, but it gives it like a authentic feel about the place, doesn't it?
I tell you what, that little excuse me, little thing that you can light would be cool in there. 'Cause it'd light it, would like illuminate it all, wouldn't it? But it'd illuminate it too much.
Yeah. Oh, what's it called? The chafing gel. Yeah. So you light it and it just burns slowly for a couple of hours or something. I suppose you could cook on it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't really want to make sort of any
Can't
light anyway.
Thinking it's like a steak tonic.
Yeah. When we turned up, actually, when we was coming in, there was a load of kids turned up in a car, and they sort of ran in, ran out, and then sat in their car for a bit, and then we sort of went, oh, we're just going to go for it and go in.
Doing, because I was waiting for them to drive off because they left their lights on.
Yeah.
And then when I got out, I realised they were waiting for us.
Yeah, yeah, because we got out and they were like, oh, excuse me, have you been in there? It's dark.
Can you hold my hand?
We were like, yeah. It's not that scary. But yeah. Right, we're going to head off into the church soon, I think. I don't know what we're doing. Are we doing that?
Yeah, we are.
Or later? Yeah, right. I'll bring you back when something interesting happens.
We'll go there.
It's just gone 10 o'clock. And a couple of lads have turned up. And they're walking through the church. They've got their lights on. Very freaky. See what happens. We're now in the ruins of the church. It's about 11:30 at night. We've just had those 4 lads sort of walk through, didn't spot us, which was good. And now we've come over and there's pumpkins on the church, which we've carved. And we got standing underneath the tower. I can't see anything, it's pitch black. So, second ghost story for this place. There is a ghost of a nun that kneels down outside the door of the church. She's begging to God to forgive her for her sins. People say that she kneels there and you see her and then you look back and she's gone. Very scary. Right guys, we're going to hit the sack. No spooky goings on that we've found so far. Nothing we can report. It's going to be a cold night, I can tell you that much. So we will see you in the morning and we'll go and have a look at the church in the daylight. So it should be it's pretty spectacular. So yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Morning. I don't know what time it is. We've been woken up because all these people have decided to come and take photos of the church. Funny.
Yellow.
Yellow, right, we're all packed up and all the photographers have now gone. The sun was just about to poke its head round the corner over the horizon and then a cloud came, so didn't see the sunrise. But Tom's still got to put down his bivvy. I was here, Steve was here, and yeah, pretty magical place this. With the fog setting in, really gave it that sense of like a horror sense, I suppose. But right, we're gonna go and have a look at the church in a minute, so we'll show you that. Right, so I'm gonna head down now into the church and give you a look around there. I have the drone with me, but unfortunately my phone's run out of battery and I can't fly it. We've tried to download the app on someone else's phone and it's just not having it, so unfortunately there'll be no aerial shots of this site. So history of the place, I suppose we best start with the ring around the edge. You can see there's a raised mound which actually goes the whole way around the site. So this raised, or this area, is a henge. So think of like Stonehenge. It was a circular area. It originally had stones on it, big stones, which they've dug and found a couple of the stones, so they've proved that it is or was a henge. So henges were sort of in existence around about 3000 to 2000 BC, so probably like 4000, 5000 years ago, when in the Neolithic era, and the people would have built this area and used it for celebrations, used it for rituals, kind of like a sacred site for worshipping the gods that they used to worship. And I could just imagine there probably would have been like a wooden hut built in the middle to shelter them. I'll see if I can find any pictures online of what it would have looked like and show you that. But you can just imagine people coming in here and spending the day, spending the evening, partying, sacrificing, asking the gods for, you know, rainfall for the farms, asking for a good sort of breeding season for their animals, wishing health upon their own families, and then obviously sacrificing, I don't know if it'd be humans, but things like goats and sheep and things, and sacrificing them, and the blood coming down, and just a different era than we live in today. So then this has been here for such a long time, and then as the UK was sort of coming into Christianity, around about the 14th century, they built the church in the middle of the ring. So this is a 14th century church, which is obviously in ruin now. The tower's still in pretty good condition. There are some walls up, as you can see. And then, I mean, it's quite a significant site. So I believe it's the only church built within a henge in the UK, and if not the world. So obviously this was a very spiritual or religious site, and they built the church inside. We've worked out this morning that the sun rose from this direction. It set last night in that direction, so the church is built in line with the sunrise, and it would have been in the shape of a cross, as they tend to be. But we'll go and have a look inside the church. So this is the main entrance into the church. Behind me there is where the nun, the ghost of the nun, is supposed to sit, asking forgiveness, trying to get into the church, kneeling there praying, please let me in, let me into heaven. It's quite remarkable how much it actually still survives. There's nothing else around here at all. So as you walk through the main door, you've got the main centre of the church. Very small church, of course. And the first sort of striking thing you see is the tower. So the tower is still there. You can see where the roof would have been at one point, covering all over, joining up here. As we walk into the tower, there would have been bells up there. You can see around the top there's a ledge where there would have been a platform. There's windows up there too. There's holes in the wall where they would have put some sort of wooden things through so they can climb up there, ring the bells. And there is Steve. Yes, that would be really cool. So on the walls there, you can see it's made of flint, built with flint, and then over the top some sort of render, which would have probably been nice colours and maybe painted at one point. See bits of it over there. See the archway with the stonework, loads of old graffiti on there. And then we go out to the back. It actually looks like that window was bricked up at one point. See the window behind, and then it looks like they had bricked this bit up. Not sure why. Maybe that's where the ghost of the woman looking through the window is supposed to be, and they bricked it up so they couldn't see her. And then yeah, we walk through the back bit. I don't really know what these bits would have been, but the sort of little sections, you could get an idea of what the window probably would have looked like there. A bit of stonework and some sort of ornament that's been carved out, maybe for a candle. Might have been a candle holder. Looks like there probably was one on this side too, a little bit more worn. And then there was another bit of wall here, maybe another entrance here. So yeah, quite a small church, but quite significant all the same for its location. It's now run by English Heritage. It's a open 24-hour site. Anyone come and visit down in Dorset. So this site actually extends out further than just the henge and the church. In the field behind this sort of wooded area here is a barrow. So I believe I was reading it's the largest barrow in the county of Dorset. So a barrow is like a burial site, an ancient Neolithic burial site. You can see it is a mound. So inside there is where they would have buried the dead, as I suppose like an original cemetery in a way. So that's there, and then over there you can't see it, I can't see it, but on an aerial photo there is another ring over there which is another barrow. And it did say online there are a few more sort of dotted around the area within a mile. So I can just imagine this is quite a busy, significant place at one point. People maybe pilgriming to the site to witness things happening for the gods. But yeah, we only sort of stumbled on it yesterday, looking for somewhere to go. I'm quite happy we came actually. It's a really magical place. Good day. Right, if you've made it this far, it means it's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Happy Halloween. I hope you're having a good scary night with your family and going out trick-or-treating, eating toffee apples and all that. Not really much to say. These guys, couldn't do it without these guys. So Steve from Scoutman Steve, give him a follow on YouTube. He's temporarily taking a break from YouTube, but it'd be nice for him to log back on and see a load new subscribers. So yeah, make sure you head over to his channel. And then on the other side of him is Tom Outdoors. Don't really need to explain who he is. If you've watched my channel, you know who he is. And if you haven't ever watched my channel, you're a new subscriber or watching my channel first time, head over to his channel and subscribe, watch his videos. Lots of stuff like this gets uploaded.
Weird and wonderful things.
Yes. We are now sort of contemplating what to do. I think we're going to go find a cafe and have a breakfast, and then Steve's got an hour or so drive home, and I've got a 2.5 hour drive home. Tom's got even further to go.
He's driving you.
Yeah, he's got to stop at my house, so he's got to go to my house along the way to get his stuff. So yeah, happy Halloween everyone. See you later, adios amigos.
Bye.
Bye.